Hey everybody, it's Captain Sam McGinley, and if you're new to big boat ownership, then this is the video for you. Today, we're going to cover all the basics you need to focus on when having your boat hauled out at a boatyard and what you need to do while you're on the hard.
Shurhold, clean and simple.
Today, we're going to be hauling out our 430 CV at the Boatyard and A&J Boatworks here in Stuart, Florida, and going through the basics of everything you should be focused on when you're getting hauled out as well. Now, visiting a boatyard is all about having a plan. Get a list of everything you want to accomplish written down, work with your service advisor, and schedule out your vendors. This is your opportunity to handle all the major tasks on board your boat all at once and get it ready for another season on the water. As you come into the marina, make sure you've coordinated with your boatyard about what time you need to be hauled out at. Be patient, boatyards are very busy places, and there should be a team of people there ready to assist you and catch you as you come into the slip. When you come into the slip, go very slow, they'll catch you in the slings, and it should be a controlled and smooth process. Once you're in the slings, shut down every part of your boat. Make sure there's no breakers running, no non-essential systems, your motors obviously need to be off, and you'll be ready to be hauled out at that time. Once you're up in the air, more than likely you're going to want your boat pressure washed. What that's going to do is remove any bottom growth that's formed over your time in the water since your last haul out, and also reveal a new layer of ablative paint. Remember that boatyards are very busy places, and so your service techs may start work right away. After your boat's been pressure washed, the crane will take your boat over to an area of the yard and they'll begin the process of blocking out your boat. That's going to keep your boat stable and on the hard, and during this time you need to stay away from the boat and let the service guys do their job. Once you're hauled and blocked, your next job is to make sure your boat is hooked up to shore power, just like it would be if it was in the water. You want to maintain your batteries, and obviously you cannot run your generator when you're on the hard, so make sure that you're plugged into shore power with your battery chargers in the on position, but everything else on board the boat off. There are some systems that are hardwired directly to your batteries that may be attempting to run while your boat's in the yard, things like your bilges or any security systems you may have. So those will need to be charged up while you are in the boatyard. And now that your boat's hauled, blocked, and plugged into shore power, let's get started on the task list at hand. During this trip to the boatyard for our CV, we had some of our standard tasks, but we also had some additional tasks. Every time we come to the boatyard, we're doing a couple things typically. The first one is obviously engine maintenance. We have the guys at Brodell Marine coming out. They've serviced our CV for years, including our Mercury 400s, and it's time for their 100-hour service, and it's simply easier to do that at a boatyard for a boat this size, so we have them on board doing that scheduled maintenance. Additionally, we're going to do some inspections on our wrap. We have a beautiful wrap here on the 43-foot CV. We're going to see if there's any damage to it that occurred while we were using the boat over the past couple months and see if anything needs to be repaired. And additionally, we're also going to touch up the bottom paint. These are some things that are going to happen almost every time we get hauled out. Additionally, we had some strip screws from our usage of the boat, so we had the guys in the boatyard drill out some of our panels, put new screws in, make sure everything's nice and secure. They did that but for both our AC/DC panel and for our helm fridge. We also noticed that we had a little bit of a smell coming from the head, so the guys at A&J Boatworks did a great job. They dove in there, found that we had a cracked line. They went ahead and replaced that for us as well, and also installed a charcoal filter, so whenever we're venting, we'll have a little bit better smell and be nicer to our neighbors. The other most common thing you'll do in the boatyard is work on your bottom paint. Make sure it looks perfect, touch up any thin areas on it. In our case, with our 43-foot CV, we had some thin areas around our mustache lines. The guys at the boatyard took care of that for us. That's actually where we get most of the growth here in Stuart, Florida, is along that line. Additionally, for us, it was time to redo the prop speed. Now, prop speed is a special type of bottom paint designed for use on metals. In our case, we use it on the pickups and on the trim tabs. If you have an inboard boat, you'll also probably see it on your running gear and on your props underneath. In order to apply a new layer of prop speed, all you have to do is remove the excess material from the original coating that's on there. We used a special stripping chemical to pull that material off. And after that, we taped off the area and made sure that it was ready to apply the two-part prop speed system on board. It's a fairly simple job, but based on our time frame, we still let the boatyard handle this for us as well. Another thing to do while you're in the boatyard is clean out your sea strainers and sea cocks. Now, these are the filters for raw water that comes into your boat to cool things like your generator, your ice makers, and your fridges. Now, it's really simple to do while you're in the boatyard because there's no water coming in. Just open them up, clean out any barnacles or growth that might have occurred in there, flush the lines with some kind of cleaner, and then reseal the system before you go back in. And make sure to test that everything's watertight before you get dropped back into the water. Once your paint has been given time to dry and your engine maintenance has been wrapped up, and once all your other accessory projects have been wrapped up, it's time to get back in the water. Talk to your service manager and schedule yourself to get put back into the water. At that time, once you're back in the water, start by firing up all your system, make sure your boat runs. Don't get out of the slings until you confirm that everything runs as it should, and at that point, you're good to head back to your dock. In summary, guys, a visit to the boatyard is all about preparation. Know exactly what you want to get done so you can schedule all that service and spend as little time on the hard as possible and get your boat back in the water ready to use. And guys, I'm Captain Sam with Shurhold Industries. I hope you found this video helpful. If you ever have any questions, reach out to us anytime at shurhold.com, and I'm here to help you keep your boat clean and simple.
Really? Sam must be messing with me. There we go. Clean and simple.